Carmichael, slot receiver, Queens football. I got started in football because our football coach needed extra players. I actually played basketball beforehand. I didn't really want to play football, but then it was the thing everyone else was doing, so I just started to join in. I started playing linebacker. Wasn't a very good tackler. I wasn't as physical, but I can really wrap up the angles, and I was kind of fast. So I kind of played linebacker first because I actually didn't make receivers. I got cut as a receiver when I was 16, so had to make the come up the next couple of years. Played basketball. Did a little bit of soccer. Wasn't as good in soccer though. I used to toe punt the ball quite frequently. I was just fast, which is why I enjoyed soccer. Played a bit of badminton in middle school, which was fun. Played a little bit of volleyball. Never got into hockey, but liked street hockey, which was very interesting. But mostly basketball was my thing. I have a pretty interesting pre-drinking ritual. So I actually only get fired up for the first, I think, half an hour of warm-up. So that's my time. That's probably like 10:45 to 11:15. And before early outs, I usually listen to my old school 90s hip hop or a little bit of gospel music to kind of like slow down, kind of like bring down the heartbeat, and a little bit of prayer before a game. But I usually start off the games pretty relaxed, and I don't want to be too amped up like most guys are, because that's how I excel when I'm relaxed. What I really enjoy, we got to teach in the elementary school, so we taught phys ed to the primary school kids. I think that was my favorite class. Just being able to interact with kids, especially the troublemakers, because I was a troublemaker myself. It was just good to kind of meet them where I was at, and getting that teacher that I actually needed to give a bit of attention to the guys who needed help, and didn't really give up on the kids. So I really enjoyed that, and just giving back to like the surrounding community in Kingston. I play guitar for fun. I'm not very good. I can't strum, which is interesting, but I'm really good at finger picking. So that's something I picked up off of YouTube. So kind of a little folky kind of sound. And that's it. I pretty much also learned a language for fun. I didn't ever tell anyone this, so I learned Romanian. I know a little bit of Romanian, so I do that in my spare time. Emilio Fermetta. He's honestly like the most positive guy, and he's just that guy that, you know, like if you're starving, like he'll make you laugh for like hours, and you like forget about being hungry. So he's that kind of guy. Like I know he's resourceful as well, but I kind of need someone who's high-spirited in adverse situations. I have to say Romania. I went to Romania this past summer. That was a great opportunity. I was there volunteering at orphanages, but just understanding the culture there and like just meeting the people. They're very humble and live simply, and just really resonated with the culture because it reminded me of back home where my parents are from in Guyana. So it's a very similar culture. I'll have to say it's a Rob Bag and Alex Carroll. Got to work a lot with Alex Carroll over my degree, so we play together, but Rob Bag and him kind of have the mentality of like just working hard through anything. And those are actually guys who earned everything they got now, just playing pro. And it's kind of those guys that kind of resonated with me, because when I came in, I didn't really have like the high recruiting status or anything, and like I knew I had to grind my way up to eventually be able to start. And those guys themselves, they started off as good players, but in the end, they became great players by just grinding all the time. And that grind mentality, only very few guys have that are here. Getting an academic All-Canadian in my last year was probably something pretty great to happen. Never thought it could happen in university, because you get the kind of the fear coming in. You're like, your grades are gonna drop like 20%. So then I was always battling to try to get it in my first 2 years, and I always came close. Then last year, being my fourth year, having like the hardest courses, like I was able to get it. So that was pretty encouraging for myself and moving forward.